It is 12:30, and I'd like to call this special meeting of council to order and acknowledge that the city of Winkler is situated on Treaty 1 land, home of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that have been made on these territories and dedicate ourselves to a future based on respect of all peoples, moving forward to a harmonious, prosperous future together. Be it resolved that the agenda for this special council meeting on May 5th, 2025 be adopted. Mover?
Andrew?
Marvin?
Any thoughts or comments? Any additions?
Nope.
All in favor? Carried. That takes us to the reason for our meeting, the Special Services Bylaw. Jody, I wonder if you would explain to us exactly what we're doing here today and why this meeting was necessary.
Sure. So I'll just go over some of the notes that were provided. It's been since 2013 that the city implemented these two special service levies, one for fire and police protection and the other for transportation services. So initially that was the periods of 2013 to 2018. Then we updated for 2019 to 24, and now we're updating again for 25 to 30. And these are, you may not recall it because we had first reading back in September of 2024. And since then, we sent those into the municipal board for approval because they need to be printed on our property tax bills, which should be printed imminently. So it's taken a little bit of time, but so there's nothing new here in terms of taxes. It simply gets updated to reflect budgets for police, fire, and then for transportation. And the reason that they are special service levies is to most accurately distribute it across our taxpayers. That's the reason that we do the special service levies the way that we do. Yeah, and so as soon as these pass, they will be in effect, and then we can get our property tax bills printed.
Excellent. Thank you, Jody. Questions of council?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to explain a little bit more, like the equity part, the reason why we went into this a number of years ago or not? Just
Sure. Like the reason is because that way, like I said, it's a, in our opinion, it's a more fair distribution of property tax for those services across all of our rateable properties. For example, schools and churches and even municipal buildings would otherwise be exempt from some of these payments. And we think that all of the properties that get benefit from these services should pay. So when we had our first reading of this, we did receive a letter from Garden Valley School Division as well as the Teachers Association, which we submitted to the province as well. And they came, we did get our approval just last week, which is why we have this special meeting, because we're so close to printing the property tax bills. We wanted to get this done as soon as we got the approval. But anyway, that's some of the explanation.
Right, yeah. Yeah, those are some of the discussions we had prior to the first implementation in 2013. The fact that they benefit from the services equally with all of us, and so
Yeah.
we thought that was equitable, so thank you.
Yeah.
And then you touched on as well the reason for the special meeting. Normally, when we get approval on these types of things, we bring them back for second or third reading at the next council meeting. Because of the fact that we're already a little bit late in terms of getting all of our tax bills printed and getting them out, that necessitated having this meeting to give our staff that additional 8 to 10 days to get printing done and ready and be able to go from there. So that's
Yeah.
the biggest reason for
Yeah.
this meeting, was that element of time.
And just for clarity, right now the way it works is that the province actually does the printing of our property tax bills.
But until we have this,
Yeah.
it can't happen.
We'd prefer if we could do it on our own actually, but we'll work on that as we go along.
A battle for another day.
Yeah.
Okay. Not seeing further comments, be it resolved that special services bylaw number 2325-24 be given second reading. Mover?
Ryan.
Don got it, Ryan got the second. Comments? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that special service bylaw number 2325-24 be given third and final reading. Mover?
Marvin?
Peter.
Second, Peter. Comments? All in favor? Carried. The emergency services bylaw is exactly the same. Jody, unless you have additional comments at this point?
Same.
Be it resolved that emergency services bylaw number 2326-24 be given second reading. Mover?
Ryan.
Second.
Peter.
Comments? All in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that emergency services bylaw number 2326-24 be given third and final reading. Mover?
Don.
Second.
Marvin?
Comments? All in favor? Carried. That takes us to the end of our agenda. Be it resolved that this special meeting of council be adjourned. Mover?
Peter.
Second.
Ryan.
All in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you to those who tuned in for this exciting, short agenda.
Might be a record.